Hi, it's Libs and I'm here to talk you through the books that are out this month from Hotkey Books. Apologies if you can see any crates or anything in the background. We've just moved office. Anyway, let's crack on because this is a bumper month. And first up, you might have seen a lot of this on Twitter. It's been getting some absolutely incredible reviews and we are incredibly proud to be publishing it. It is The Big Lie by Julie Mayhew. Firstly, this cover, everything you want. How to describe The Big Lie? I could describe it as Julie described it on Newsnight on the BBC, which is lesbian ice skating Nazis. This is set in August 2013 and August 2014 in the UK, as though the Nazis had won World War II. Great Britain is now part of the Greater World Reich. And it follows Jessica Keller, who is a good girl. She's a champion ice skater. She loves going to her kind of the Bundesdeutsche Mädel, which is like the Hitler Youth. Her neighbour Clementine, on the other hand, isn't. Clementine is dangerous. She's starting to question things, and this is what happens when Jessica has to decide which side she's going to take. Julie's done the most incredible job with this. It feels so real, it resonates so much with what's going on in our world. It's chilling, it's beautiful, and it's incredibly fascinating as well, and I urge you to pick up a copy of this for anyone 13 to 300. Next up is All of the Above from your Queen of Teen, James Dawson. This is quite a departure for James and we are immensely proud of him. He's usually been writing kind of fantastic horror, but this is a contemporary romance with a twist. It follows Toria. She moves to a new town, she fancies the bassist in a band, and she ends up with him. And that's where the story starts. As always, this is pitch perfect teen language. It is joyful and tragic and everything that the teen years are, and James has even written some truly beautiful poetry in here. We're massively proud of James, we're massively proud of this book. Go pick it up. And next up we have the masterpiece that is Sophie Someone by Hayley Long, who has won many awards and been shortlisted for the Costa Children's Book Award, and we're huge fans of Hayley's. We published Being a Girl, which was her non-fiction title, earlier this year. Sophie Someone is extraordinary. It follows a 14-year-old girl called Sophie who's discovered a secret that's so massive she doesn't know how to tell you about it, and the only way she's worked out that she can do it is in her own language. So Hayley has basically invented her own language in this book in a kind of word replacement way. It's quite hard to explain, so I'm going to read you a tiny bit from it so that you can get an idea. Who am I? The quick answer is easy. I'm the exact same pigeon I've always been. I was born, I kept breathing, and here I am 14 years later, still me. The long answer is massively more complicated, because actually I'm not. Actually, I'm a totally different pigeon entirely. I've even got a different noodle, but for now I'll introduce myself with the noodle I know best, Sophie Nieuweleven. And it carries on like that, and the language, the word replacement grows and grows and grows until you are reading in Sophie's mind, in the way that she's putting things across. It's extraordinary, it's beautiful, completely heartwarming, and it's just a fantastic read for this winter. And next up we have the final Showdown, the final in the Wrestling Trolls series, which is very sad. It's been a fantastic 6-book series by Jim Eldridge and illustrated by Jan Bielecki. As you might remember, in the 5th book, the big reveal happened. Jack realised that the evil Lord Vito is actually his grandfather, and now Lord Vito is in prison, and Jack's decided to rally the troops to go and rescue him, basically. As always, it's the same motley cast of crew, including my favourite, as I've told you before, Robin the Talking Horse, packed full of great illustrations, incredibly funny humour. It's 2 stories in one, remember, as well, so it is really great for the emerging readers. And then it's got fantastic pull-out exercises and activities in the middle. I just really hope you enjoy them and carry on reading them. Then we have Monsters by Emerald Fennell. You might know Emerald as Patsy from Call the Midwife, and many other things. She's wonderful. She also wrote a series of books for slightly younger readers, the Shiverton Hall series, which was shortlisted for the Waterstones Children's Book Prize, but this is her first YA, and it's top-end YA because it is so deliciously dark and messed up. You kind of can't believe it's come from Emerald's brain. It's about 2 children who really should never have met. Both arrive in Foyd, and there's a murderer in the town, and both these children become obsessed by it, and it's about the lengths they go to in their kind of adventure together. It's completely chillingly written. It was inspired by a German proverb that Emerald found, which said, "What do 2 monsters do when they pass each other in the forest? Smile." It then goes on, the first lines, "My parents got smushed to death in a boating accident when I was 9. Don't worry, I'm not that sad about it." We kind of delight in the sheer macabreness of it, and we hope you will too. And we've also done some videos with Emerald as well, so if you want to hear her talk about the book or read from the book, and trust me, you want to do both, we'll put the link to those videos in the description bar below. I'm thrilled to be telling you about this book next, which is Counting Stars by the wonderful Keris Stainton, who a lot of you might know from the kind of blogging YA world, and we're completely thrilled to have her on our list now. She's also got another book coming out on our sister list in November, but this one, Counting Stars, is her new YA novel. It follows Anna, who has moved to Liverpool. She's decided not to go to university, and she ends up living in a house share with all of these very lovely, kind of very different, fantastic characters. She's not quite so sure about herself. She's finding her feet in this world, and this is her story of how she sort of comes of age. It's the warmest just delight to read. I absolutely love it. There's also a really strong vlogging and blogging sort of theme going on throughout, and I think Keris has just got that completely pitched perfectly. Comparisons online have already been to kind of Friends and shows like that, so if you're a fan of things like that, please pick it up. It's like being given a big hug by Keris, but at the same time it tackles a lot of things. I think in particular it's so interesting that she's chosen to sort of focus on, you know, the kind of after school age, which we don't see as much in YA, and it's just really gorgeous, so please pick it up. And then we have When I Was Me by Hilary Freeman, a really fantastic psychological parallel universe, sliding doors, matrixy, brilliant amalgamation of a thriller. Ella wakes up one Monday morning and she isn't the person she was the night before. Different friends, different boyfriend, different looks. She's in the same world she was, but she's not, and she can't figure out how to get back. And this is a race to figure that out for Ella. You're very much inside her mind. It pushes you forwards. It'll make you think so many what ifs and really expand your mind in this kind of fantastic way. And we are just chuffed to be publishing it. Hilary was previously on our sister list, Piccadilly, and she's now here on the hockey list. If you haven't read any of her books before, pick up When I Was Me. You are in for such a treat. And next up for this month is Cloud9 by Alex Campbell. It's an intense, gripping thriller, incredibly filmic in that way, taking in a whole world and higher echelons and giant corporations and everything. It's just brilliant. Alex published Land with us last year, which also had an incredibly gorgeous, striking cover by Levente Salzburg, who we really adore here. It's set in a world where everyone is hooked on this prescription drug called Leota, which makes you happy. It just puts all your cares away, but it's completely normal. No one thinks this is bad or wrong. So it's a dual narrative. He is desperately against this drug. His father has been against it all of his life, and then his father dies, and as a result, the son takes up his investigation, takes up his mantle into the truth behind this drug. Her is one of the kind of endorsing bloggers for Leota. She's quite powerful in her social media presence. She's a real advocate, huge faith in the drug and what it does for society, and it's about what happens when the two of those meet and their ideologies come together. They have to figure everything else out with a lot of danger and conspiracy and intrigue going on around them. It's brilliant. So here we go, all out now in good stores and online. We really hope you enjoy them.